90-Day Fiancé signs Shekinah Garner and Sarper Guven will stay together despite their major drama. Shekinah Garner and Sarper Guven's relationship may be breaking down on 90-Day Fiancé Season 11. But the embattled couple hasn't called it quits just yet. Shekinah and Sarper have experienced numerous ups and downs since they first appeared on 90-Day Fiancé the other way. Shekinah had trouble grappling with Sarper's Playboy past, and they both struggled with trust issues. Their arguments often turned explosive and nasty. Their engagement seemed to turn over a new leaf, but even after Sarper moved to Los Angeles to begin his life with Shekinah, old patterns reemerged. A recent fight that played out on screen seemed like it could spell the end of their relationship, with Sarper threatening to abandon his K-1 visa and move back to Turkey. Although the couple made up the following episode, Shekinah dropped several hints on social media that she'd finally given up on repairing her broken relationship. However, signs remain that Sarper and Shekinah are still together, and given everything they've been through, it appears nothing will tear them apart. While Shekinah has spoken out on social media about the problems in her relationship, recent sightings suggest the couple is still very much together. Sarper included Shekinah a Mother's Day photo alongside his own mother, and Shekinah commented, "Love your sweet mama." The pair continues to spend time with Sarper's family, and they were recently spotted with his parents in Las Vegas in a photograph shared by Shabuti. These photographs not only confirm that Sarper and Shekinah are still on good terms, but they also drop a major hint about their marital status. Sarper is clearly still living in Los Angeles, which means he and Shekinah must have gotten married. Furthermore, Shabuti pointed out that Sarper's wedding ring is visible. The proud display of wedding rings suggests that the breakup rumors are false and Sarper and Shekinah are still romantically involved. Sarper and Shekinah's relationship seemed to be past the point of repair after their most recent fight on 90-Day Fiancé Season 11, during which Sarper told Shekinah he hated her and threatened to leave without ever giving her another thought. While viewers anticipated either a breakup or a heart-to-heart reconciliation, they were left disappointed. Instead, Sarper and Shekinah repaired their relationship through physical intimacy. Shekinah admitted that her physical chemistry with Sarper is the glue that holds us together. No matter how big the argument, it allows them to come back together and move forward. This method isn't great for repairing the major problems in Sarper and Shekinah's relationship, but it is likely what's allowed them to stay together this long. As the couple's on-screen drama played out, Shekinah shared her side of the story on social media. 90-Day Fiancé Update captured a screenshot from Shekinah's Instagram stories that went into detail about the indignities she'd suffered in her relationship. She mentioned feeling alone because your partner is always checked out, and one-sided effort at conflict resolution. 90-Day Fiancé Breaking News shared a video of Shekinah explaining how much she had improved Sarper's life since meeting him. She claimed Sarper used to have the most toxic, chaotic, unhealthy life. She added, "I'm sorry, but when you're 45 years old, you need to learn responsibility if you haven't already." Shekinah hasn't been shy about airing her and Sarper's dirty laundry, hinting to 90-Day Fiancé viewers that she's finally had enough. But at the same time, she stops short of confirming they are officially done. While it's possible that Shekinah is being vague to avoid breaking the terms of her non-disclosure agreement, the simple solution would be to not comment on the situation at all. Shekinah's purposely fanning the flames to make viewers think she was unable to resolve her issues with Sarper. But she never says outright that they broke up. With all the chaos in Shekinah and Sarper's relationship, they somehow seem to be stronger than ever. They're allegedly married and living together in Los Angeles, which required Sarper to leave everything behind and Shekinah to make space for him in her own life. The most reasonable explanation is that they enjoy drama and seek it out in their relationship. Sarper and Shekinah both seem to love being the center of attention. The pride and energy they each put into their appearance suggests they care deeply about what other people think. Their cycle of fighting and making up draws attention to their relationship, and they seem to thrive on that energy, whether it's positive or negative. Despite alluding to a breakup, it's possible that Sarper and Shekinah's 90-day fans journey is far from over, and speculation about their relationship helps secure their future with the franchise. However, the sun was setting over Istanbul, casting a warm golden hue across the skyline. Inside a chic but tension-filled apartment, Shekinah stood by the window, arms crossed tightly against her chest. Her normally radiant face was clouded with worry and frustration. Sarper was pacing back and forth, his brows furrowed, muttering in Turkish under his breath. The couple, who had once turned heads for their intense chemistry, now barely made eye contact. "I just don't understand you anymore." Shekinah finally broke the silence, her voice trembling. "Everything I do feels wrong to you now. You say you love me, but your actions, they don't show it." Sarper stopped pacing and looked at her, his eyes softening, but his voice stayed firm. "You came here knowing how I live, how I am. I never pretended to be someone else, Shekinah. You wanted the fire, but now you can't take the heat?" Shekinah scoffed, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. "You think this is about fire? No, Sarper. This is about respect, about emotional safety, about not waking up every morning wondering if we're still together." Just weeks ago, the couple had been inseparable, exploring markets, dancing on rooftops, making passionate declarations under starlit skies. But now something had shifted. Trust had begun to erode. Sarper's flirtatious nature, once charming, now felt like betrayal. Shekinah's fiery independence, once admirable, now sparked constant conflict. Rumors had been swirling in fan forums. Had Sarper been texting one of his exes? Had Shekinah secretly booked a one-way ticket back to Los Angeles? As tension escalated, Shekinah pulled out her phone and placed it on the table. "I booked a hotel for tonight. I need space. Maybe we both do." Sarper's face tightened, but he didn't stop her. He just nodded slowly. "If this is what you need, then take it. But know this, I never stopped loving you." Tears welled up in Shekinah's eyes, but she didn't let them fall. Sometimes, love isn't enough. She turned and walked out the door, the sound of it clicking shut echoing in the silence. Back in the apartment, Sarper sat on the couch, staring at the doorway, a single tear sliding down his cheek. However, the sun dipped low over the Bosphorus, casting golden hues across the calm water as the boat gently rocked in the harbor. Sarper stood at the edge of the dock, nervously checking his watch, then the bouquet of white tulips he held, Shekinah's favorite. He had planned every detail of this surprise for weeks. Tonight wasn't just another date. It was his way of proving that love, real love, could be both wild and deeply rooted. Shekinah arrived moments later, her flowing lavender dress catching the breeze as she stepped carefully onto the boat. Her eyes widened in surprise as she took in the soft fairy lights strung along the deck, the candlelit dinner set for two, and the delicate scent of jasmine in the air. "Sarper," she breathed, "this is magical." He smiled, reaching for her hand. "You said you never had a real boat date before. I thought it was time to change that." As the boat began to drift along the waterway, a soft melody filled the air. Sarper had arranged for a violinist to play live, hidden behind a curtained partition. They sat down to a meal prepared by a local chef: grilled sea bass, warm herbed bread, pomegranate salad, and Turkish delight for dessert. Conversation flowed as easily as the current. They laughed about cultural missteps, remembered their first video calls, and even talked about the future, kids, where to live, how to blend their very different lives. As twilight deepened into night, Sarper stood and extended a hand to Shekinah. "Dance with me?" She hesitated, then rose. The deck was small, the music soft. The moment was infinite. Wrapped in his arms, Shekinah rested her head on his chest, feeling the rhythm of his heart, steady, strong, and for the first time vulnerable. After a while, he pulled away just enough to look into her eyes. "I know our path hasn't been perfect," he said. "We've had doubts, fears, even fights. But I've never been more certain of anything than I am of you. Shekinah, I want to build a life with you. Not just on camera, not just for the show, but beyond it. For real." Her eyes welled up with tears. She nodded, unable to speak at first. "I believe you," she whispered. "I believe in us." The boat continued gliding under starlit skies, the city lights shimmering in the distance, and for the first time in a long time, both Sarper and Shekinah felt like they weren't just on a journey with each other, they were finally heading home.